Run the play. Welcome to another video, another daily sports video, Monday through Friday, 5 videos a week. Today we're going to be talking about Bradley. I was about to read 3-time NBA All-Star, which I still think is crazy, but Bradley Beal going on to the Clippers, getting a buyout and signing not only an $11 million contract, which is pretty decent. That's a good amount of money. But 2 years, so he's going to be locked down for another 2 years. We're going to be talking about the deal. We're going to be looking at the Clippers salary cap. And then we're going to be looking at Clipper fans' reactions, Suns fans' reactions, and NBA reactions. So if that interests you, stick around because we got another banger video. Here we go, boys. Bradley Beal signs with the Clippers, right? Now, initial thoughts on this. Initially, I thought about Chris Paul, right? Because if we go over to their multi-year table, now that they're getting another $5.3, $5.5, $5.6 million contract around here, I don't know where they have the money for Chris Paul now, which makes me feel like Chris Paul, I guess they're still under the first apron. Okay, hold up. I haven't looked at this yet. But I initially thought, like, man, now they're going to be a second apron team. Is this team good enough to be a second apron team to go out there and pay Chris Paul? But, I mean, if they're still $3 million under the cap with Bradley Beal, I don't think that's that bad. Now, this team looks fairly decent, I'll say, right? And I also want to say this. I know it's easy to knock Bradley Beal right now, and I know Twitter's been doing that the last 2 years. Let's not forget, right? Let's not forget. Do they got his stats on fan? What am I on? Spotrac? Let's look at Bradley Beal, right? Like, not too long ago was Bradley Beal that guy. We're going back here. 2022, he averaged 23. Even last year, 17, 18, it felt like the way people talked about him, he averaged 7 points a game. Bradley Beal is still a great scorer, okay? And I think, in my opinion, Phoenix misutilized him. He started becoming this bench 3-and-D. Like, it's just weird. It's weird. Give Bradley Beal the ball and get the fuck out the way. And I think he could do that in LA. Now, how I would mock the lineup, Harden at the 1 probably. I'd still probably start Bogey at the 2. And then Kawhi, John Collins, and Zubac. And then you have Bradley Beal be a real six-man, not this, like, manufactured role player. Have him come in the game and give you 20 a night off the bench. And I think Bradley Beal could do that with the Clippers. I don't like how he was utilized in Phoenix. They didn't have a point guard. And so he had so many duties. He had to be like one of the best defenders on the court. And that's never been Bradley Beal's game. Bradley Beal was a guy who averaged 30. Like, let's go back to Bradley Beal, right? I feel like he's been a guy that's kind of disrespected in this era. I was surprised that he was only a 3-time All-Star. He had I didn't know this, 2 30-point-per-game seasons, right? So let's give Bradley Beal some flowers, man. Let's give him his respect. Now, he kind of took a hit after that, and then he moved on. But I don't think Bradley Beal is a bad basketball player, and I think this signing does put the Clippers over. With that being said, though, I'm not about to do the thing I do every season and make this team a contender or put this team in the top tier. They're not going to be – I had them beating the Nuggets in the playoffs last year. Like, I'm just not going to fall for the trap anymore. I'll show respect to the Clippers and their front office and all that. And their team is a great team. But I'm not going to do it because I think they're cursed. Now, this is the best team they've had in a while. I think this shits on any Paul George team that they had with Kawhi and Paul George. But is it enough, right? You got Harden. You got 5 players, like are great. And then you got like Bogey, you got Brook Lopez, you got Batum. I love Yannick Niederhauser. I think he's going to be a great lob threat in the NBA. Kobe Sanders is a guy that mocks very well. Patrick Baldwin, who knows, maybe he takes a jump. If this team had LeBron, Curry, Jokic, but it was the Clippers, I wouldn't pick the Clippers to win a championship, though. And that's just how I feel because I've gotten done wrong so many times by this team. Let's take a look at what Clippers fans are saying. I feel like vibes. I've been doing these videos where I'm reacting to what the fans are saying on Reddit. They be getting lit. Like, no matter what the signing is, they get lit. Let's go the unction. I was seeing the unction on Twitter. I'm hoping they get Chris Paul, too, man. Then it's full on unction. This is so funny. I need the unction going. Real deal Beal. Sad to see Norm go. Now, this is something we didn't really touch on too much on the pod last week. But Norman Powell leaving made a lot of sense for this team because it's like if you're not going to pay him, you might as well get John Collins for him, right? I like that a lot. Our front office cooked so hard this offseason. Yes, they did. They really did. But again, it's the Clippers, right? And I hate to be that guy, but the Clippers do me so dirty every time. And we can't say Ty doesn't want to play Rooks when he has a 10-man rotation of unks. The unction. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Let's go. It may be inferiority from the 90s, but this is still such a shock that we get a big free agency. Thank you, Ballmer. Dubs. I want to see, because if you go down here, which I learned yesterday, the lower you go, the more hate. There's no guarantee that he will perform. I don't know how this can be a good thing until he proves his Phoenix performance wrong. A no-brainer move I absolutely hate. I guess we'll see. This is a weird comment because it's like, realistically, I don't know how you could sign Bradley Beal and get worse. If he sucks, don't play him, you know? But Bradley Beal for cheap, come on. Gonna be excited 15 to 20 games, seeing them all play together. I like this one because you know they're not gonna play. Just need LeBron for the Unk trifecta to come on down to the retirement home. This is fire, man. And I'm happy for Clippers fans too because this really is the best offseason I can remember for the Clippers. You comment at home, what's a better offseason? I might be missing one. Beal okay, this is the stuff I like. Beal when healthy is still a great player. I agree. Decent handles, better than Norm's. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. Norman Powell has great handles. Bradley Beal's a great scorer, but it's not like like Norman Powell. And still a dude that could go get his own shot. I agree. With the depth we have, and I mean this for all of our aging stars, hopefully we could keep them healthy by not overworking anybody. I agree. Everybody, like there's actually a bench now. Come playoff time, it'll be the same as always. Can we stay healthy? Can we catch a break or two? And if yes, this Bull team is a solid contender. I agree. This guy cooked other than the handle stuff. The handle stuff I disagree with. Now let's take a look at what Suns fans are saying. You know Suns fans are going to be shitting on the Clippers. But before we do that, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Boom! Baseball's in full swing this summer, and if you're someone who knows ball, you need to check out Boom Fantasy. You could cash out if you predict things like hits, strikeouts, and RBIs. Boom's the only platform you could cash out 500 times your money on just a 2-leg parlay. If baseball isn't your thing, the WNBA is also in full swing this season, and there's a lot of superstars making their names for themselves. I've been loving cashing out on Angel Reese overs because everyone's just hating on her. If you never heard of this platform before, or if you don't know betting's for you, use code RTP for a risk-free bet up to $100. That's code RTP, and it's the best way to support this show. Let's get back to the video. All right, boys. Now we're on the Phoenix Suns Reddit page. I'm excited to see the hate, so let's go. We won. It's done. Even though it's necessary and he's not losing money, it must hurt for someone prideful like Beal for a team to be like, we're paying you $100 million to go away. How much did they pay him? Did they really waive him that much? Am I tripping? As a Wizards fan, I have nothing against your organization. Enjoyed the guys a lot during the Nash period. Stoudemire wanted to come and apologize for taking advantage of you guys a few years ago. At least we could both be happy he's not coming back to Washington and is still probably not getting a ring in LA. See, this is the shit I love because dudes be hating on here. Dudes be absolutely hating on here, and I'm here for it. No worries. Hope you guys do well, and if not, I hope the lottery falls either your way or ours so we could swap. Is Suns going to be a lottery team next year? I don't think so. Melton, Peyton, or Brogdon, come on down and let's trade for Kuminga, Zion, or Washington. Okay, let's go hypothetical, right? Realistically. Let's say they signed Anthony Melton. They get Jonathan Kuminga. I don't know how much more I love this team than I do now. You know, I like the Suns right now too. Don't get me wrong. But is Kuminga and D'Anthony Melton making them like a good team? I don't know. I don't think so. I like the Suns. Let me backtrack a little bit. I think the Suns are a good team. But does it make them a better team? I don't think so. I think the Suns are a 9-10 seed next season. Hospitals in LA ecstatic right now. Oh my God. What a fucking post. I'm not logged in. I would have voted that one. This is funny, but in reality, most of his injuries were in the boo-boo category. Unfortunately, it came to this. Wish it worked out better, but oh well. Yeah, it sucks. This bad man can't hurt me anymore. I understand why Suns fans hated him, but I'm going to say he's misutilized. Misutilized for sure. He's going to go 16 for 20. The injuries is something we can't talk about, though, obviously, because that's just what happened. You know, I hope him and Ayan go and implode both LA teams. Okay, now this is the thought, right? I'm about to scroll down to the bottom and see the hate comments. Are the hate comments going to be Beal defenders? Are we about to see some Beal defenders? Is this possible? Let's see. Possible sign and trade. Maybe we could pick up Zubac at a solid backup. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck, man. This is going to be a long 7 years until 2032 when we finally have draft picks. Pretty sure we have draft picks prior to 2032. 1 second rounder and one very late swap and worst first rounder for the next 6 years. So, yes, we have picks, technically. So, we do have picks. Okay, this is dumb. Why am I reading this? Man here scoffed at this move last week thinking it was nothing. I want to find a Beal defender. There's like the revenge game people. Is there... We could pick up campaign. Aw, that's cute. Come on. Saga over. Oh, no. Anyways, there is no Beal defenders. Maybe I'm wrong about Beer. Later, Brad, wish I could say it was fun. Did he get stretch waived? Yes, we need him and DA to be our sleeper agents. Is it a stretch too? Doesn't say. Damn, yeah, there is no smell you later. I haven't heard that in years. There we go. Beal for a $5.5 billion deal is a great deal. A shame it didn't work out here, but glad to see the end of the saga and we can all move on. There we go. There's some positivity. Now, finally, let's look at some NBA fan reactions. Drop in the comments of this video what's your reaction to this signing, because it's kind of a big deal, man. Finally, something reasonable for Bradley. Let me refresh really quick. I did hop on this a while ago. Beal put up 17, 3, and 4 on 50, 39, 80 shooting, 5.5. Yeah, I think that is a good steal, but games played matter too. Curious if Chris Paul goes to the Clippers now. I would love to see Chris Paul to the Clippers. CP3 going to the Clippers. That's been rumored for a while now. Swap. I think, if I'm being honest, I think the Chris Paul stuff was waiting to see what happens with Beal and how the money's going to look. And I think the money could still be right. I mean, $3 million for Chris Paul. I think there's a reason. If they wanted to, they could have just given Beal that however much extra mil. That 3.5. Where's this? Yeah, it's 3.5 difference. They could have just given that to Beal and given him $8 million. But there's a reason, right? They're still trying to make one more move, I believe. Norman Powell for Beal and John Collins, masterful. I wonder if Clipper fans love Norman Powell because the vibes were not that high on that. So he gets his whole salary in a lump sum plus the new contract money as well. We knew it was coming. If this year ain't it, Ballmer finally needs to pull the plug and do a proper rebuild. I don't know. I don't know. I think if they don't get it done this year, I mean, maybe not this year, but in this era, then sell the team, bro. This team needs to get moved. They need better luck somewhere else. People don't think like that no more, though. I feel like in the 60s, if a team had a legacy the way the Clippers do right now, they would relocate, you know? But they don't. There's no hypotheticals anymore. I'm in LA. I'm getting paid, which, valid. Go get your money, man. But this is rigged. Got to give the Suns front office credit. KD gone, Beal gone, book paid. At least now they have assets. They'll still be a rebuilding team. What assets, though? Because they don't have a lot of picks. And, yeah, they dug themselves into a hole, and then, like, they just scratched their way. They're almost out, you know? Like, why are we giving them credit for that? If you fell in the hole, we're not going to give you credit for getting out. Going all the way, still, all the way to the second round. Still would take Powell over him. Interesting. I would, too. Norman Powell is a borderline all-star. Let's go look at the negative comments now. These are always fun. What a joke. Picking Clippers over Lakers. Have fun putting up empty stats on a losing team. I'm confused by that. I'm not going to lie. No free agent with decent talent want to get anywhere near the Lakers. Bring Beal home. They have to keep everyone healthy, but the Clips are cooking. NBA Cup champs. This is the take we want. Are the Clippers going to win the NBA Cup? Let's read this big-ass comment. We'll wrap it up. Brad Beal on a $6 million a season. About to enter best contract discussions if he performs similar to the last 2 years. 17-3-3. We read this already. He got shit constantly on Phoenix, but it wasn't like Beal can't be a starting caliber player. I agree. Let me know at home what you think about the Bradley Beal contract. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow. Most importantly, though, the Discord, we're giving away a $25 Amazon gift card. If you know ball, all you got to do is be in the Discord and answer a couple trivia questions a month. That's it. Simple, easy. Like, subscribe, follow. We ball. We out. Peace.